And they say at least 85 of these communities are being recommended for a classification for the first time ever. What happened to the previous recommendations? The article is silent about. Classification or categorization has no impact at all. The question is what programs you got to have about them, what developmental projects you envisage for them. Friends, we had this news article in Hindu today. Some days before, the whole team of Hindu was here, including chief editor and chief marketing, and they were worried that the circulation of Hindu is declining. Of course, their chief marketing, he was responding more to my queries. The editor was silent. One thing I told them that the analysis is lacking, that he said that ours is the best. So this news, though it is important from your point of view, if somebody sent this video to Hindu also, it will become important for them also. We do talk about the criminal tribes and ex-criminal tribes. A number of issues do appear. First of all, Professor Sachin Narayan. Sachin Narayan, Professor Emeritus, is a very senior anthropologist and a true Gandhian, I would say. He has his YouTube channel also, where Gandhian debates are there. He says that right from the beginning, the British they confused between caste and tribe, and many of the castes were included in the tribe, and many of the tribes were included in the caste. So this has been the problem with Indian anthropology right from the beginning. The year before last, we had a world conference in Bhubaneswar where I had a whole session on denouncing the colonial constructs of caste and tribe. Both these terms are alien. We don't have either of them. And I have a full chapter in my book, The Truth About Caste, where I have said about tribe. They call me caste or tribe, but in any case, call me by my name. So, and the issue it becomes more relevant when you talk about FRA, Rural Tribes and Other Forest Dwellers Act. And in one of the research paper, I think I wrote in Oriental Anthropologist, where I raised this issue that who are these others just because they are not scheduled. Otherwise, also, anthropologists have stopped talking about the term tribe since 1970s because they think that it is oversimplification of the cultures, values, beliefs of the communities which are called as tribes. We discuss because they are scheduled. They are scheduled tribes. The Britishers, actually, we know that many of the tribal communities, because they were never subservient to anybody, they were not to British also, so they would revolt every now and then. So British created the category of criminal tribes. There is a channel Epic. They had a video called Dutere, which highlighted the role of the so-called criminals in the freedom struggle. But anyway, we have ever since this 1924, the Criminal Tribes Act was there, and that was repealed in 1941. At that time, they were not criminal; they were called ex-criminal. The tag was still there, but then it was changed in 1949, and a number of commissions and communities have been there to call by different names. Hmm. But you had the Kelkar, you had Lokur, you had Mandal. Mandal, I don't know how they include. You had Renke, and you have Idate or Idet. In Hindi, they are writing differently. In English, they are writing differently. This Idet in 2017, in the report, they had listed a total of 1,200 denotified, semi-denotified nomadic tribes across the country, and there were 267 communities that had never been listed previously, identified previously. This they are saying in 2017. And the latest What they are saying? Anthropological Survey of India and the tribal research institutes across the country have, for the first time, comprehensively categorized 268 denotified, semi-denotified, and nomadic tribes that were thought to have never been classified before. After a 3-year study, they have taken 3 years to identify, and it says 267, and they have the list of 268. What is the difference? And they say at least 85 of these communities are being recommended for a classification for the first time ever. What happened to the previous recommendations? The article is silent about. Hmm? They say that there are communities that we are not able to trace because either they are assimilated into larger communities, change their names, or migrated to other states. If you migrate to other states, still you can be easily identified. And in just a matter of 6, 7, 8 years, it is 2017 and this is 23. In that small span, they migrated or they assimilated, everything was done. Why this discrepancy is there, the report is totally silent about. And Prime Minister's office about this report constituted a special committee in February 2019 headed by the Vice Chairman of Niti Ayog, Mr. Idate, and then Dr. Bajaj, and then Director General of Anthropological Survey of India as member. Now, this is a news to me, and I think it's news to everyone because till now there has been only one Director General of Anthropological Survey of India, Dr. K.S. Singh, neither before nor after. You only have director. There is no director general. But I don't know how come this reporter got this news. They started and they in 2019 and submitted report in 23. Started in 2019. But the Parliamentary Standing Committee of Social Justice in December 2022 report said that it had repeatedly flagged the government's inability to take necessary action on speedy categorization. Means till 22, they did not know that there was any committee formed in 2019 and it was working on that. Now, what will be the impact? Classification or categorization has no impact at all. The question is what programs you got to have about them, what developmental projects you envisage for them, what you think in terms of what I say health, education, employment, environment. Nothing is there. You just categorize the way you are going to categorize the OBCs. Do you have any plan about them? There are two views. Firstly, political is there. Like, you have many such communities here in Delhi, Punjab, Haryana also. Like you have Gadia Lohar. You have a community bordering UP, it is Kanpati Marg. You have a community in Delhi, Haryana, Rajasthan, Sansis. They want them to be included in the SC category or ST category or OBC. They do not have any yardstick in particular to decide. And there is a view that a special schedule should be created for them in the constitution. And special provisions must be there for them because these people who have been nomadic, semi nomadic, I doubt if they ever had any benefit from the government schemes because they do not have any address. So I doubt if they have any voter card. I doubt if they had any benefit from the government schemes and policies, scholarships and funds and cash and 5 rupees and free of cost food and all those things. So this is there. But then what next? While the Anthropological Survey of India (TRI) they have given it, the report remains with the special committee headed by the Vice Chairperson of the Niti Ayog. Officials have said that this committee is now scrutinizing the recommendations and will soon prepare a final report on which the government will take a call. It happens every time. You create a committee, submit a report, then another committee is there. I mean, how much time does it take to scrutinize? It was submitted in 23. You just invite 5 anthropologists to scrutinize. Within a month, at the best, within 3 months, they will give their recommendations, and that will be much better. because sitting in towers, you cannot know what happens to them. Just one study anthropological that has been mentioned throughout of Lodha of southern West Bengal by Professor P.K. Bhomik. That is the only study that is cited, and this report even didn't mention that. This is misusing. This is self satisfying only. Development does not take place the way you keep categorizing and recategorizing. What future plans you have for them, you will need another community. Actually, the surveys they say that their numbers are in crores. The committee said that there are about 1200 denotified and those, but you have only identified 200 something. What about the rest of the community? And if they are not in the list, why they are not? So as a whole, you can say more than 1%, maybe up to 5% of Indians, they have this kind of categorization. And till date, they say that if this is not done, delay in the locating them would increase their suffering and they would not be able to get benefits of prevailing schemes meant for the welfare of SC/STs. और उनको 76-77 साल के बाद याद आ रहा है कि ऐसा किया गया तो अब उनका नहीं होगा. Who is responsible for their plight even till now? This is the way how we take care of our weaker sections, and this is going to continue because your budget will be there shortly, and you will find out nothing is done, no money is there. It is meant for the civil society to act, and I don't know when will the civil society wake up. Thank you.